Hello again, Suzanne here, Angel Intuitive and Spiritual Guidance Counselor. I got some new toys. I almost did the flippy thing, but look at this. Ooh, okay. Little moonstone action. Little Larimar action. So exciting. I've been wanting one of those for a long time. So helping friends across the parking lot, check them out. azstoneco.com, I believe. So Arizona Stone Company, azstoneco.com. And they now have the little arcana, the major arcana of the tarot, little spiritual studio, and their rock shop, or their super awesome crystal zone. Could I get it wholesale because I have retail? Absolutely. But I want to help out the local, help out the friends, get them going, even though after 2 years they're kicking ass. And it's fabulous. I'm so excited for them. And I'm just happy to have more spiritual, fun stuff close by. And go back and forth and share and, send people there. They send people to me. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a happy, happy place. Alrighty, so today I was listening to, I will have to say, one of the best videos, best interviews I've seen, and with Dr. David Martin. If you're familiar, if you're not familiar, please do so and research him, look him up and watch some of his lectures or interviews. So much deep information, so much spiritual slash conflicting with religion kind of information. But it's a whole lot of truth, a whole lot of deep truth, a whole lot of obvious observance, I'll say. And I may or may not I'll probably put the link in below because it's such a powerful interview. I've listened a few times because it's so good. First time it's like, oh, I just want to hear the interview. So I didn't listen to the introduction, which is almost an hour. It's about 48 minutes maybe. But then I went back and got busy as soon as I hit play and started listening to that as well. So the introduction, so it's an interview with Dr. David Martin with I believe it's Sherry Bryant, Dave Bryant, Pastor Dave Bryant's wife. So Pastor Dave and his wife are talking about it in the intro and how they met Dr. Martin and such. So just fascinating. And I recommend listening with an open mind. If you're already open, great. But still listen with an open mind. Open a little wider. Stretch it open. If you are a religious person, step back, take a few breaths. Open. And if something I'll say trigger, I hate to use that term. But if something irritates you, pause it, step back, take a deep breath, open. Because once the info hits, you can't unlearn it. Once you learn the information, you can't unlearn it. And be aware of your body as you're watching it, what resonates and where it resonates. So like I say all the time, everything I listen to, watch, perceive, I do it through an intuitive, I do it through my personal opinion as well, but then I listen to my body and the intuitive aspects of what's being said or the way people are acting. I look past the words, I look at the person, I look at the energies, I feel the energies. So I, tune in to see what's true, what's not. And I can tell if it's true for that person speaking or not, if they're just reading a teleprompter, or if they truly believe it, or if it's actual truth, right? So, because, just like with muscle testing or energy testing on a product or a supplement or whatever, your body knows, your subconscious knows, your soul knows the truth and what's right. Okay, just like, your body and your spirit know what supplements are good for you for this vessel, but also our soul knows what's right as in truth. Okay, so pay attention to that. But a couple little things that I had to take notes, and I'm driving the third time, and I'm going, oh God, how can I? It's like, okay, notes, and then do the talk text thing. So if I read it and something's off, it's because, yeah, talk text. This is my favorite, and this is further down. And I believe she asked him something about, or made a comment about, well, the Bible says this, and science says this, or religion says this, or something to that effect. And because the conversation is about alchemy, which is divine transformation, is what it is defined as. God transforming one thing into another, or God allowing one thing to be transformed into another, i.e. water into wine, a staff into a snake, things like that. Well, in his direct comment, immediate comment, which makes, I mean, we've been saying this for several years, right? Or forever. And I'm going to quote him. Sometimes we are warned away from the thing that is probably the most important thing we should be focused on. Doesn't that make sense? It's like, it's watch the other hand. It's like, what's going on over here when this is in your face, right? What's going on behind the scenes, under the radar? Trey Smith, under the radar. When the 24/7 news cycle, you're bombarded with something over and over and over and over and over and over, and then it's like, why is this even important? Then you find out weeks later that, oh, this other huge thing happened at the same time, and we didn't know about it, right? Or we weren't told about it. But that's usually the case. It's like, yeah, don't look over here. Look way over there. Don't look at what we're doing. Hey, it's a mostly peaceful protest. Don't look at all the burning cars and the people getting shot and all the looting. No. Don't look at that. So, I think that's one of the most important things we should know and learn is that, and when people keep telling you, oh, this is bad for you, that's so bad for you, don't take that, don't do this, don't eat that, food's not good for you, or vitamins aren't good for you, nutrition doesn't mean anything. Here, take this pharmaceutical, take this chemical, inject it into your veins, inject it into your eyeball, but don't eat food that's going to boost your immune system, right? And I may have mentioned this in another video, but I had a person in the medical field tell me during the Rona experience, like it's a ride at Kings Island, the Rona experience. I said something, she kept asking if I'd gotten the shot yet, and I was like, that was when it was age, certain age groups could go show up in those random parking lots and let strangers in white coats stick something in your arm. She kept saying, have you gotten it yet? Like, oh no, not my turn yet. I said, she's like, oh, aren't you nervous? And I'm going, no. See, I'm just up in my supplements like I do every, season, cold and flu season, and this was in March, right? Or no, it would have been would have been fall when the shots came out. I was like, I'm always just boosting my supplements, so I can boost my immune system. And she's like, it's like, and then she says, there's no scientific evidence that your immune system has anything to do with your health. So all the nutrients, you can boost your immune system, take all that stuff, it has nothing to do with it. And people wonder why I don't go to doctors. Okay. God gave us everything we need right here. It's finding the magic combo, whatever. Finding the right plant, herb, prayer, energy, frequency. My little rifles over here. My crystals. Magic crystals. But they're not magic. They're just, God created everything, right? That's my opinion. That's my knowledge. That's my truth. Because it is the truth. Anywho, let's see. What else do we get out of there? Okay. Some some good stuff. I'm just going to stick because I'm rambling already. So he discusses that basically we have these gifts to where we can do things. And my favorite was when he said all the quote unquote miracles of the Bible were alchemy. He says he knows that for a fact because he's recreated all of them. And she didn't ask, wait, what? How'd you do that? Nope, she changed the subject. I'm going, wait a minute, go rewind. What do you mean you've recreated all of them? Because man, I'd love to be able to turn decent water into wine. Just saying. But, so he's talking about how we all have that. It's in us. We're created. We're a part of God. We're created in His image, right? So he made a comment, something to the effect of, I didn't get the quote exactly right. Again, if we don't use our gifts and if we suppress them, like if we hold them back, if we don't practice and use them, we desecrate the giver, right? So they're considered gifts, even though we all have them, right? It's natural, I will say natural abilities. It's not supernatural, it's natural abilities that we all have. But again, it was a gift from our Creator to us to survive in this earthly realm. But then again, back to the first comment, but we're told they're evil, they're dangerous, they're only demons do work these miracles, or Jesus can only work the miracles, even though Jesus said specifically, the lesser among you can do what I do. But it's like, so what he's saying here is, if we don't use these, if we don't acknowledge these gifts that we've been given, then he said desecrating, but we're disrespecting our Creator. We're disrespecting the giver. If someone gives us a beautiful